Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Tati back with another prediction video, and oh my gosh, my daughter had pointed out to me right before I did this, like, Mom, I cannot believe you are wearing something other than purple or black, and she's right. I never wear any other color, so this is really different, but I think it looked good in red. Let's get into this prediction. So, first things first, Dynamite this week, prior to Dynamite, they didn't really have much matches. Only 4 matches were confirmed at that point. And then with the episode of Dynamite, which the first 30 minutes was an absolute killer for me, then the show started picking up like after 8:30, and that's when they started throwing matches at us for the pay-per-view. And I don't really like that because it's like, y'all had some time to have some things come up. Putting things last second, it feels rushed. Now, at the end of the day, they expect people to pay $50 for this when the build wasn't even that great. Tony, I know your daddy have a lot of money, but bro, groceries are expensive. $50 is a lot of money. He definitely needs to partner up with a streaming service so that people don't have to pay so much for these pay-per-views. Now, at first, it wasn't a big deal to me because those first few years in AEW, the pay-per-views were less frequent, and that's something that bothered me about WWE, was that like every 4 to 6 weeks you get a pay-per-view with WWE, and it's like we don't have time to let these stories marinate before there's another pay-per-view around the corner. So that's something that was different when it came to AEW. So I'm looking back at the pay-per-views that they've had. The first 2 years was literally them having 4 pay-per-views per year. No, actually the first one was 5, but it's whatever. They don't do Fyter Fest anymore. But I'm looking at 2022. I'm not going to say the name of the pay-per-views. I'm just going to say the dates. So we had March, we had May, June, September, November. And then don't forget, we also had 3 ROH pay-per-views thrown into that. So that seemed like a lot last year compared to the first 2 years where it was only 4 pay-per-views per year. This year is different. We had Revolution, we had Double or Nothing, and then we're going to have Forbidden Door tomorrow. Then we have All In, All Out, which is a week after All In, and then we have Full Gear, which is most likely going to be in November. And let's not forget, we got 2 more ROH pay-per-views this year. So this is a lot. Tony, get it together with a streaming service so that the fans are not overwhelmed with all these damn pay-per-views, because it's a lot and they're all very close together. Too much for me. All right, y'all, let's get into these matches. Pre-show match we do have for the Women's Owen Hart Cup tournament. We have Athena versus Billie Starkz. There's just no way Billie's going to take the win. Athena has been killing it. As far as the women's go, all in all, I think she's, in just those little bit of time, like less than 6 months that we've been seeing ROH, Athena has just been doing so much better than all the women that's been signed with AEW or ROH. It's been absolutely phenomenal to see how well she's been doing these past few months. She's phenomenal, and there's just no way Billie's going to take that win. I'm really surprised to see that she's in the tournament. I do think she's earned her spot there, but I really thought AEW would try to keep her away from the AEW girls, because she's really, really outshining all the girls on the roster. So Athena's definitely going to take this win. Now, moving into the main card, Adam Cole versus Tom Lawlor. Tom is really, really talented. If y'all don't know who that is, you guys are sleeping. Wake up. He is really talented. One of my favorite matches this year was Tom versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the New Japan TV title. That match was absolutely amazing. It's only 15 minutes when it comes to the TV title New Japan. If they had another 10 minutes, it would have just been absolutely amazing. So he's really, really great in the ring if you're not familiar with him. However, based off of what's going on in AEW, Adam Cole needs this win. I don't see why he would take the L on this one. He has a lot to prove to the fans, obviously, especially after having that long injury where he was out for like 10 months or so. I know he's in a title picture with MJF. I actually don't really see why he should be in a title picture, But there's a lot going on with him, so AEW is definitely progressing with Adam Cole, and for that purpose, I see Adam Cole taking the win. So we got some 6-man tag action. Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki versus Sting, Darby Allin, and a opponent of their choice. Now, Darby specifically said the other day that Chris Jericho has made enemies in many places. So it's going to be really interesting to see who this can be. I know a lot of people want it to be Naito, so it would be really cool to see him on this pay-per-view. But I'm not really sure if that's who they're going to end up picking. We'll find out on Collision who that's going to be. But I really feel like regardless of who that is, we're definitely going to see Sting Team take the win. Now, next we have 10-man tag. We have the BCC team with John, Claudio, Wheeler Yuta, Takeshita, and Shada versus the Elite team, the Young Bucks, Adam Page, Eddie Kingston, and Ishii. Definitely not surprised about Ishii being on this team. Eddie Kingston definitely needs someone he can trust because it don't seem like he trusts anybody in pro wrestling at this point. And that's going to be a really important factor in this match is how much they can trust Eddie in this match, because he might just become like a loose cannon and just take his eye off the prize. This match means more to the Elite members than to Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston, him and Claudio, I've been saying it since the beginning, they've been fighting since they were in their mama womb, so they had beef. It's an on-site beef type of thing, so they're gonna always continue this thing for like ever. So his eye is definitely going to be on Claudio. So maybe that might be something that might come into play as a downfall for the Elite's team. However, Double or Nothing BCC took the win. So I'm feeling like Elite's going to take the win for this match. Only thing here is that while I do like seeing the BCC and Elite getting into shenanigans or whatever, I'm just like, the story is kind of falling flat at this point. They need something to elevate this story to make it more interesting. I don't just want to see cool exchanges in the ring. There needs to be a story to make this feel much, much better. So I don't know where they're going with it. Next, we have the AEW International title on the line. Your boy Orange Cassidy, obviously holding the title, and he's going against Zack Sabre Jr., Shibata, and Daniel Garcia. Now, some people have been saying that Zack Sabre Jr. TV title's on the line too. It is not on the line. I do think it's going to be on the line at the ROH pay-per-view. Maybe. It kind of seemed like that's where we're going with it, but it's definitely not on the line on this pay-per-view. Something tells me this is going to be like one of my favorite matches of the night. All these guys are super talented. Aside from Orange Cassidy, the other three, I like their technical styles. Orange Cassidy, I don't look at him like a technical wrestler or whatever, but the other three are super, super great in the ring. So I have really high hopes about this match. It could be, I don't want to say the match of the night, but it's going to definitely rank up there. I do see Orange Cassidy retaining, but we're not going to be disappointed with what we get with these four guys in the ring. I'm banking on that for sure. I'm over Orange Cassidy with the international title. It seems like he's going to have this for the rest of his life at this point. And looking at it in that light, I kind of feel like, what if AEW had another singles title? There's just so much people on this roster, and it wouldn't be a bad thing if they had another singles title so that people can really be getting opportunities, because it just seems like this international title ain't going anywhere anytime soon. So next we have AEW Women's title on the line. Toni Storm versus Willow Nightingale. To be honest, I was disappointed about this. For months we've been seeing some variation of Toni Storm versus Willow Nightingale anyway. Now, I know for storyline purposes, it seems like a great choice. But when you're thinking about Forbidden Door here, despite Willow holding the New Japan Women's title, I would have rather seen something else. This is something that we can get literally on AEW TV at any time. So I felt like this was a wasted opportunity. They could have gotten Kairi to go against Toni Storm. We've seen these girls in the ring several times. One of the best times was for the Mae Young Classic. That was like 5 years ago, if my math is right. That was a great match. So I wouldn't mind seeing these girls go at it again. I know there's no build to that, but it would have been something different to see on AEW. So definitely Toni Storm's going to end up retaining the title. I don't know. I'm just bored with the whole Outcast storyline, so I would not have chosen for Willow to go against Toni Storm. Would have wanted to see something else. Now for the Owen Hart tournament, for the men's first round, we have Satoshi Kojima versus CM Punk. Everybody's going to have their eyes on this for sure, because they're going to want to see how CM Punk does in his first singles match back. We saw him last week in Collision and Trios, and in Collision later on today, we're going to see him in 8-man tag, I think it is. I think Ricky Starks is in their team, so that'll make an 8-man tag. So we haven't got a chance to see him do anything one-on-one since he's been back. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does, how long the match goes, and definitely CM Punk's going to take the win. He is not my choice to take the win for the whole tournament. I'm really hoping for Ricky Starks or Powerhouse Hobbs. I want to see more opportunities for these young stars. He's someone that I really like CM Punk, but he does not need a win with this tournament. But definitely for this first round, he's going to take the win. Now, next, in an unlikely match, we have the IWGP Heavyweight title on the line. Sonata versus Jungle Boy. When this was announced, I was just like, are you serious? Like, I like Jungle Boy. However, I think he needs something new. I don't think... So, okay, everybody's saying that he's going to go heel. Will that work out? I don't know, because we haven't seen that from him. He's one of those people where it's like, if he never turned heel in his career, I think that would be great. But you can change your character, change your persona without having to turn heel. And that might be something they should do with him. But I'm not sure. Will Jungle Boy take the win? No. But I think we'll see some things that will surprise us in this match from Jungle Boy. We'll see him be more aggressive. He's obviously going to be more hungry. Especially after losing that opportunity for the Triple B. He has something to prove to people. He ain't going to win, but I do think that we're going to see something much better from him. If he turned heel, that'll be interesting, because he did say specifically that he wanted Hook to be there at the match by his side. Maybe if he loses, he might take it out on Hook, beat the shit out of him. That would be interesting to see. Next, we have the AEW World title on the line. MJF versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now, a lot of people are saying MJF is not going to show up. I don't believe that. I think he's going to act like he's not going to show up, but then he's going to show up, have a great match with Tanahashi, and end up retaining. I don't see this title going anywhere. Actually, I don't see any of these titles changing hand at all. Now, next, the IWGP US Heavyweight title, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. Actually, I take that back. Will Ospreay is going to take the win. Now, look, we've seen these guys several times in the ring. Last time being at Wrestle Kingdom back in January. Since then, Kenny Omega probably defended his title twice. If I say 3 times, I'm probably lying. So, I just feel like Will Ospreay, just give it to him, you know. He's going to take it to Japan. He's going to defend it. We're going to see way more, offenses compared to Kenny Omega. Kenny got a lot going on here with AEW, and he might have his eye on something much bigger in AEW. So I do think that while a lot of people are saying that this is going to be the main event, I personally would not have this as a main event. We've seen it before. I just feel like we know they're going to tear the house down, but this would not be my pick if I was booking the show. This will definitely go second to last. My pick, Will Ospreay, to win this match and win the title. Now, what I hope is a main event is Okada versus Bryan Danielson. I am definitely thinking it's going to be match of the night. This is a solid card, you guys. You can't go wrong if you did buy the pay-per-view. It's like the build sucked going into this, but all these matches are promising. You got really great wrestlers in this whole entire card. It can't go wrong. Now, for me, I'm going for Bryan. He's my favorite in the ring, currently. And I love what he does. He's just somebody who lives, breathes, eats, sleep pro wrestling. That's my kind of guy. Now, I like Okada too. To be honest, either one who wins this, it doesn't matter. But for Bryan, I think this is going to be a big win for BCC. He lost that match with MJF. It was a really great match that they had. However, we need to see something with Bryan taking some wins here. He hasn't been active in the ring. Yes, he's had some injuries or whatever. So AEW has kept him on the shelf, kept him sitting pretty for quite some time. And I think it's time for him to, start having some bangers in AEW. So with this here, I think it's going to be match of the night. Bryan, I want him to win. I do think that either way, we're all going to be the winners. Everyone who gets a chance to watch this pay-per-view. I don't mind Okada taking the win, though. If that would, make some kind of storyline going forward with the two of them. But I think for the pay-per-view and for AEW, Bryan take the win would be the smartest outcome to go. Guys, thanks for watching my prediction video. Come back after Forbidden Door to see how wrong I was about everything. Thanks for watching. Bye.